Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Susan.
So I had this thought that came to me the other day because I realized that I get more energized when I'm pouring into someone or
Ooh.
loving on someone or being like caring and not necessarily serving,
Mm-hmm.
but when I'm like being cozy, with my niece or engaging with you, like just being lovey and fun and just myself with
Mm-hmm.
another person, or it could be like with one of my students, that it literally gives me life. Like it gives me energy. It gives me
Love that.
fire. Yeah. But then I was like, what does that mean underneath?
Hmm.
It's okay.
Well,
It's wonderful. I love it. But do you think I receive well?
I don't think I've known you not to receive well.
Okay.
So, have you ever heard of, I think you do receive well, in my opinion, but it's kind of like assuming that everything in life is a standalone thing because oopsies, I'm hanging my phone here. Um, there's there, there's like in science they've proven that there are neurons that only activate when they're seen. And I'm not saying that that's you, but
Hmm.
like there's cycles of things, right? And then there might be like an initiator, right? So for example, a seed, right? If you take a seed and you leave it on your desk, on your table, and it has no water, no soil, no container for it to be nourished and grow,
Yeah.
then it'll just always stay a seed. But it has the potential to be so much and it needs something to grow. It needs something added to it. So if you kind of look at it that way,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, like you have everything within you to give, but you need the container for it to give it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It just exactly mirrors nature. Who you are mirrors nature.
Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean that I felt like I needed to perform in order to feel love.
Well, I think that there's times for me, like I will be like very upfront with you. I felt like I needed to perform the majority of my life, but I also didn't know it was a performance. But just because you learned how to love through a negative way doesn't mean that it never is going to change. Like,
Right. Like
um,
that's the shadow of it. That could be
yeah,
the shadow.
exactly, exactly. But now that you're aware of it, you
Mm.
can make it not be a performance, but also you would be the only one that would know that.
Yeah, because I also have no problem like not performing to what the
Right,
other person expects. Like I'm gonna let
right.
you know when something
Mhm.
isn't aligned.
Oh, I've witnessed that.
Right? Yeah.
And
So
I
I
love it.
guess okay. So I guess okay, I can be a piece of that. Like I just was curious because that other day when I was sort of just at home and I wasn't doing anything, and then I saw my neighbors and it's like I was like, wait, I feel so energized right now. Like,
Yeah.
talking about um baking chocolate and things like this. And I was just so
Yeah.
happy. And then I was like, wait, is this why my energy was low? Because I hadn't seen anyone for a couple days, like in person. Um,
Interesting.
yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I love being around people. I feel energized. I talked to one of the VPs I was working with, one of the benefits VPs I was working with recently the other day, and he told me I feel energized when I talk to people. And we're not the only ones, but we always assume that when we have a connection, we often assume in society that when we have a connection. Codependence does exist, but also nature made the systems to need each other. Because imagine if we didn't need each other.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so the thing that I'm feeling into this week at least is like that empath nature that I have
Hmm.
where I can't just go in like raw, you know,
Yeah.
just taking in everybody's energy.
Hmm.
Noticing that I also have been mostly just choosing to be around people's energy that I am okay with being around, like I do
Mm.
feel energized by.
Yeah.
But knowing that, like when I went to the mall the other day and I had that like encounter, I was like, oh no, like no,
Right.
get like stay away. I had to put up kind of like this bubble, balancing that with like the drain on my energy. And then
Hmm.
also, I guess, would it be extrovert or introvert? Because can you be an empathic?
Do you think you're an introvert?
I used to think I was. I used to think I was
An
introverted,
introvert?
so quiet. Um, and people would call me shy. Um,
Hmm.
and I would get drained. But now I think what's happened, in my understanding is I'm kind of soaking in everybody, taking in everything, and maybe I can come off more closed off if there's a lot of things going on around me that I'm just like not familiar with, or yeah, like I'll be introverted in a big group because I just don't know what to expect or what's going on or who to talk to. But when I'm around, well, yeah, when I'm around people that I know, whether it's a big or small group, I can still be extroverted and like you could call on me and I'll be totally able to express and share whatever my opinion or role is. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
I
But
mean, it's something good to think about.
yeah, it's
It's
something that,
definitely,
what do you think you are?
honestly, I just want to say that it feels like we're in a cave and we're excavating. And you reached a part and you're like, what's happening from here? And now we just gotta chip away some more to find like what's beyond this awareness. Um, so that's what I feel like we're doing, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, we
You said,
are.
what do you think I am? Ooh. So I found myself hitting a wall during the program, during the EDD program because I always thought I was extroverted. And I think I have the capacity to be extroverted, but remember my vulture thing I told you about? Like I had this deep desire to be in the shadows. And I think I had to perform being extroverted because um, whatever it was, for some reason, people misjudged me and misread me for most a lot of my life. But and I can see why now. Like I can see why now. There was, I mean, unhealed parents, you know. I heard something the other day that was insane. It was like, heal your demons or they will raise your children.
Hmm.
Unbelievable. My parents' demons raised us,
Wow.
hands down, hands down. So ever since I was a kid, 3 years old, I can remember all of that. And
Yeah.
so anytime I was faced with the public, I was thinking about that. I was ruminating on the things that were happening at home. And because I wasn't engaged the same way everybody else was, like people misread me a lot. And that's okay. Like it brought me to who I am today and I don't regret anything. But I think I was a forced extrovert. I have the capacity of it, but now I've been more home and more introverted, and it's been so peaceful. Like I've been able to really dig deep and find like depths in myself, you know?
What does it
So,
feel like? What did it feel like for you to be misread?
so frustrating and sad and hurtful.
Wow.
And angry. I was angry. I'm like, there's nothing I can do or say to change anybody's mind. It's like I think I was telling you there's this guy that I was kind of seeing or that I really liked, and he had this really nice car, and it was really unique in that town at that time. And somebody egged his car, and it was not me. Like I no. And I can admit that I've done some things like in relationships that were like good when I was growing up, but it wasn't that. Um, you and I'm trying to make something work out, some stuff like that. And then um I worked at this restaurant in New York City, and they were like, "What's the pin for the door?" And I was just joking, and I said the building number, and they were like, "You're so shady." And I'm like, "Why the hell would you make it that?" Like, like some cybersecurity shit is like, why would you make it the building number, the pin to access everything? And they're like, "No, you're shady." And I'm like, that's like putting your birthday as your passcode. Like, don't do that. How am I shady because you're dumb? So
Yeah.
stuff like that, projections and things. And it just it really sucked. But, you know, yeah, there was a lot of different things. Like I think when I was 11 and I was in church, this like I started like developing, I got my menstrual cycle early or whatever, and this lady came up to me and she was like, "You're overdeveloped for 11. You must be sexually active." And I'm like, "What the?" If anyone ever said that to my child, I
Dude,
would
how rude.
destroy them. I would destroy them. And the thing is that she was the promiscuous one. She was the one out there sleeping around with people. So it's just a lot of projections. Like for some reason, as I learn about like my solar plexus having like an open heart and open solar plexus like energy, like people project on you. It's like a wild card in the Uno game where everybody just dumps the things they can't use.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
My heart hurt when you were saying that.
well, and those are things that, well, thank you. You don't have to carry that. It's just it had been sad, and it's things that people don't want to hear. I realize that. It's actually very cringe. I get it. I was
I
in Go ahead.
I get what you're saying, but I think what I mean is that hurts to be misunderstood, misread.
Mm-hmm.
That really hurts. And I'm reflecting on times when I've misread someone or misunderstood, and I didn't realize how much it hurts. I picked it up from you, and I'm like, yeah, that hurts a lot. Almost to the point where I didn't even want to say
Mm-hmm.
that it hurt. It hurt that much that I couldn't even say it.
Yeah, yeah,
And how that can cause such a big break in communication, like because the person is so hurt that they
yeah.
can't even like they're like you said, there's nothing I can say or do.
There's nothing. Yeah. You've made up your mind. You've put me into whatever
Mhm.
box you think I fit, and that's it. There's nothing I can do. It's just it's crazy because decades have passed and people see who I am now and they're like, "Oh, but decades passed. The relationship is over. The bridge is burned. I want no parts."
Yeah,
But the truth was, I guess all I had to hold on to was like people that did see me and to my own integrity. And like I said, I'm not a saint. That's not the case because like there has been relationships where like if you want to hear the tea, when I was in college, I slept with this guy. He was the first person I slept with. So I was very entangled emotionally and he was promiscuous. He was sleeping around with a bunch of other girls, and I don't know where the hell I thought in my mind that he couldn't do that, but I did, right? Because I was living from my pain and abandonment and wanting to belong and all of that. And he slept with some girl in my building, and I banged on the door at 3 in the morning, and I made him leave. I was like, "You're not allowed to be here." I'm like, "That's crazy." I did make him leave the
Yeah.
building, but he left. And I was like, oh my God, I would never do that now. Like
Yeah.
I have the self-discipline to be like, you know what? People have the right to do what they want. I
Mhm.
feel very uncomfortable, but this is where my shit ends and this is where his starts. And it's not, I don't care. Like I would have now, I would be like, that sucks. He's sleeping with this girl in my building.
Mhm.
But I would have, I now I would never force anyone to do anything. Like, that would, I would deal with my pain and my hurt and that's it. But we had gone back and forth. He like broke my cell phone and um I don't know. I just, for me it was like this deep entanglement and pain, and then um I don't I was taking all of that pain and tying it to this moment and person, which it wasn't fair to him. It really wasn't. Um and at the same time it wasn't his job to heal me. And he could have slept with whoever he wanted, but I couldn't see that then. I was blinded, right, by my emotions. And the other thing was that I'm saying this out loud. Um, he ended up joining a frat and all cool. And he was cool. He was way cool. And because he was way cool, I definitely lost social credit. And even like the president of the school, not the president, like the dean of students,
Mhm.
and I don't even know what their titles were, but two people, the dean of students and like some other person, the adults,
Mhm.
right, were like against me. And one of them used to like mock me and make fun of me in public in front of people, like how I laughed, my mannerisms, all that. And I think I ended up leaving that location and moving to the city campus because one day there was like a frat party at their townhouse, and I wasn't a big drinker. I think I had like 3 drinks or something. I pre-gamed with some of the girls that were kind of entangled in the group with the guy. And they brought us over to the townhouse. And then I was looking for him, and I was in his room. And for me, I thought I had it was okay for me to be in his room because I was always around in his room or whatever. But I guess he had gotten too cool and I didn't realize he was so cool at this point, and now he was on another level and I wasn't there. And I was very drunk.
Mhm.
And I was like asking this girl who knew him, I'm almost done, I promise. Um, and I can't tell you her name because I don't want to tie anybody into it. But I was like, hey, hey, and I was trying to reach her, and I was drunk, and all I could reach was her hair. And I was like, I grabbed her hair so I could ask her if she had seen him, and that was so bad. And I get it, because imagine like you're walking and someone just grabs your hair. I get it,
Yeah.
but I was so drunk. Again, misunderstood. It wasn't like I'm yanking this girl's hair. It was like, like let me reach it, whatever. And I get it. And I apologized to her about like afterwards, like I think in the like recent days to come. But then he came upstairs and like all of these things I just didn't understand. Like how everything got to where it got to. Like he had decided he was done with me, but didn't tell me. I was just supposed to guess.
Mhm.
And I wasn't cool. I was just supposed to guess. I was a nobody. I was just
Yeah.
supposed to guess,
Yeah,
you
no, but
know?
it brings up some good points though, because like for now, like the emergence would be what? Like, do we always have to explain who we are up front? You know what I mean? Like, do I need to tell you what I'm usually like so that someone can understand me? Do we have to present like normal so that people get us? No, like, we show up the best we can,
Yeah.
but if we're misunderstood, I guess it's up to me to just kind of pause there and be like, oh, you're misunderstanding me. There's a misunderstanding here.
Yeah. And that's the growth, right?
Yeah, I think.
That's the growth is like also like I am understood by my people.
Yeah.
And honestly, it ties me back to like I'm not very religious, but I do believe that the truth exists in everything. And there's a verse that says, "My people hear my voice
Mhm.
and they know me."
Mhm.
And that's all I can do is trust that my people see me, and that's it. And whoever doesn't, and
Yeah.
what I just there's no energy for that. There's no place, there's no parts in that. But
Wait, can I challenge that just in a short way? I just want to say something because I want to
mhm.
understand what you would say. I don't know how to say it yet.
Challenge me,
Hang
challenge
on.
me.
Hang on. Bear with me. Don't misunderstand me, please.
Okay.
Okay. So like I like to say whatever is in alignment, my people, my tribe, they'll get me. But what about going past that? Because not
Mm.
everyone is in alignment, but can I still get them? Can I still understand them? I don't need to, because we're not separate. We're
Isn't that
all,
empathy?
it's empathy. So I'm applying it to like maybe my parents when I
Hmm.
didn't understand them. And I
That's
would
true.
just be like, you guys just don't get me. Like, you're old, you're just, ugh, whatever, you know? And I would push them away.
Mm.
But, and that's fine. I was young, whatever. But now I see that they were aligned for me, uh,
Mm.
or at least trying to, and so, yeah, just another thought of it. I don't know if it helps with other,
It does. I see what you're saying. Like sometimes it's not just about like the relationships that we're going to experience, because this is true for my marriage right now. It's not necessarily like everybody's just going to agree with you and see you. Sometimes you're going to be like the trial by fire type thing, or like you're going to be on a crucible, like iron sharpens iron or steel sharpens steel, whatever that term is. I see what you're saying. Like it's what you needed at the time to emerge what your soul's like whatever
yeah,
like path that isn't always necessarily gonna be like, oh, it's so nice and agreeable and everybody's so great to me. Like maybe that's what my soul did choose. I get it. But needless to say, I got my whole they called me Hurricane Liz because the guy tried to drag me out of his bedroom when I was drunk. And I
oh,
was like, hold on. I'm dizzy as
yeah,
all can be. And he tried to drag me out of his room, and I just switched on. And remember, I said destruction. I
Shiva,
just like hurricaned his room.
yeah.
I just, yeah. And then everyone took poor pity on him. Oh, poor him. Oh, Elizabeth destroyed his room. Hurricane Liz.
Right, without the knowledge of, well, he also tried to drag me.
Yeah, because nobody knew that, but
Right.
that's okay. And here we are, cringe decades later, talking about it. But it's funny. It's almost 2 decades, actually. It's almost been 2 decades. But I do wish him well, though. I know he grew up with adverse childhood trauma as well. So, you know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
somehow I end up dating guys that everybody pities. Like, oh, poor him.
You pity him
I don't. People do. People do. People align with, side with.
after he has some sob story.
Yes.
After yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's always weird, right? Like, why do we only pity? I don't know if this is always true, but like it does seem like only one party gets pitied, whether it's the male or the female, but like the both of them,
Yeah.
nobody wanted this.
Yeah. I mean, I sure didn't. And
Right.
I don't think he did either. I think he just wanted to get the fuck out of his room, which I get because he wanted to go fuck other girls. Cool. If you would have told me that straight up, I would have been out. Like, I don't ever want anyone to suffer their time with me. So
I'm
if you
sure,
don't like me, if you hate me, and you don't want me to be there, just tell me. I'm a big girl. I could handle it.
well, I'm sure he wasn't sober either.
He
Sounds
probably wasn't.
guys
he
were.
wasn't, but that's okay.
That's a good, wait, was that college?
That was college, my bachelor's. Yeah,
Nice college story.
crazy.
Love.
I think that was probably the worst college story I have. And yeah, because it's so crazy. Because in my mind, I don't start problems with people. I don't look for problems. I am a peacemaker. And then this, you know. But it's okay. It's the dark side of Liz.
It's both. We're both.
Yeah. Yeah.
That wasn't popular back then. You had to be one or the other.
One. I know. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, embracing all of that for me, I have no regrets. You
Yeah.
know. Honestly, I think I told you like I've had multiple abusers in my life, and honestly, people don't stop abuse until you stop them. Abusers don't stop abusing until they're stopped.
Ooh, that's a good way to look at it. Like you were the one who was like, nope, not me.
Yeah. Yeah. Too strong for comfort.
Yeah. Wow. What an emergence.
But no, now I'm in my soft era. I'm just gonna
Yes.
become softer.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the emergence to soft. Well, because now you have like your own level of safety that you provide for yourself. You can
exactly.
be soft. Like I think that's how we get there. But now
Yeah.
it's like the Shiva is coming in for our own destruction so that it can, like we kind of destroy ourselves in a way. Like I
Oh my gosh. I'm thinking about that pristine chicken.
we don't need anyone else to come and do. We destroy our own stuff now.
Exactly.
Oh man. Okay.